Okay, before we get started, just let you know that me and Shannon host this Zoom every week where we talk about basically everything, non-duality, spirituality. Now we're even talking about manifestation. I mean, we are just all whatever you want to talk about. And if you want to reach out to us, you can email Shannon, and her email address will be in the link below. And I'll hand it back to you, Shannon.
I don't know. I was just watching The Matrix before I even came up here. The very first one. I've never watched it, but it was pretty interesting because it's kind of reminded me a little bit, of non-dual because basically, he was saying that everything's a dream, it's a dream state. But the thing that kind of took me off of the whole thing is they look at the metrics as being separate from, you know, and it's not separate. There's no separation at all. And but I kind of resonated with some of the things that the movie was, like everything's a dream. Apparently, it's the dream. You know, I don't know if you guys watched the metrics. This is my first time
Oh
ever
yeah,
watching it.
big fan. I've seen them all.
You've seen them all?
Four, yeah,
Isn't there a new one that's coming out?
yeah.
Is or is
That's the
already out?
yeah. That was last year. Yeah,
Wow. So I mean, do you get what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like in the spiritual community, that's what they use as the matrix to describe things. Where over here it's nothing really. It's really nothing, but I do kind of I don't know, I kind of, resonate a little bit when they say like everything's the dream, it's the dream. It's really just the story. But just the part of the metrics, being separate is what kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm not, you know.
right.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
mean, I I haven't watched The Matrix, but it's funny because today I was driving and watching all these people walk around, and there was like a lot of people, and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Like who, like what's all happening here? It's kind of funny, like sometimes, like, and then if I think about the death, it's like there's no death, so there's like no separation in anything. And it just was funny when I see a lot of people like walking around. It just makes me like, what's all happening? Like, how, I don't know. It's just very interesting. But
like all the programming basically that they hold on to, a lot of
yeah.
people apparently they hold on to a lot of the programming. And like my friend, he was talking to me yesterday and he was like, we were watching a movie and he was like, how the soul leaves the body. I just kind of looked at him and I really for a minute I almost caught, I had to catch myself. I was gonna say I don't even know what that is. Apparently in the story, people have said that I've heard someone say they stood in the corner, they saw their body laying on the bed, and they were standing in the corner of the room and they could see their own body laying on the bed. But we don't know what that is. We don't know what it's called or why it even happens the way it does. It's not a soul, it's not the body, it's not nothing. So there's no
It's an
describing it.
illusion,
It's an
like
illusion.
when
Yeah.
I was in the on the spiritual path, um, I received the Holy Spirit, and I saw all my past lives, and I left my body too, and I got a new body. I had another body. I was walking around with a new body. And yeah, I don't know what that all means now, but it's like some sort of dream, fantasy, illusion the consciousness makes in it's like imagination or so. I don't know. I don't know. But that shit happened to me when I was a lot of weird shit happened to me when I was on the spiritual path. But now I don't know what that means. Now I have no idea what that was. I can't comprehend it. I can't go back, you know?
Well, I mean, I don't deny the fact that any of this stuff is going on. I just don't know what it is. I don't know. We can't describe it. There's no describing or defining it. That's the thing is like, apparently humanity as a whole has to describe everything that's going on, where there is no definition, there is no describing it, but something's going on. Like I said, with like when I do like the mantras and then I say the affirmation, and all of a sudden all this shit starts to apparently happen around me. But like I said, I don't know what a mantra is and I don't know what an affirmation is. But in the story, it's, a mantra is something that kind of just sets the tone for someone, when they're feeling some type of way. Does it take all that shit away? The shit still comes back. It will still always come back, in different ways though, but it will come back. But it's like I said, it's like taking a pill for a headache. You're just setting the tone for the minute or whatever, but it's not going to stop it from coming up. It just never does, and like I said, I don't know what a mantra is or an affirmation and all that, but in the story, I know what it is and I understand it. I
Yeah, a lot of
understand
people.
what a soul is, but in the story, I understand what a soul is, but really, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, a lot of people have, when they reportedly have the near death experience, right? NDEs. Because I used to really be into that a long time, even before spirituality, because as a child, I had a ton of experiences with people who had passed on and came to me. So I started reading a lot of that and following John Edward and all that. But one of the consistent stories apparently is they come back into their body or whatever, the spirit or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. And they have what looks to me, from now having had what seems to be a non-dual experience, right? That they have that. They come back and they're changed because they see it from that perspective of all love. No, this is not even anything to worry about. They come back and they lose their attachment. A lot of them, I mean, from what I've read, lose their attachments to material things. They change their whole lives because they got a glimpse
Well,
of that.
that's the attachment of material things is huge in non-duality.
Yeah.
It's you don't even know you have something. Like sometimes I'm like, I don't even know what a gain is. Like it's super weird. I love it, but I hate it. It's weird.
Like you said, that experience of going shopping, and then it's like you don't get that fun high anymore. It's just like, oh, I like this. There's no high with it. It's like, wow, this pillow is really pretty. It'll look good on my couch, but there's no, woohoo, I got this great, there's things that fall into place apparently that whatever, it happens for here, like I'll be looking for a certain thing and it'll just show up and I'll think that's cool, but there won't be a high or a low. Yeah.
It's just what's happening. It's
Yeah.
just what's happening,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like whatever's appearing to happen is just what's happening. And like you said, Yasmin, there's no attachments to any of it, but it's just what's appearing to happen, and it is what it is. But you guys go ahead and keep talking. I'm gonna go get my wine real quick.
Ooh, girl.
I'll be back.
I wish I had some wine. Probably put me to sleep.
I know. I need some Patron, actually. I need to get a drink. But yeah, I mean, the loss of attachment is seriously real over here. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel content most of the time, like neutral most of the time, that it's so hard to be like, I need something, like, I mean, yeah, I can have a moment where I need a pillow, but I just go get a pillow. It's not like I remember before it was like a constant need to get something or a constant need to show that I have something. There was some sort of excitement out
Yeah,
of material. Yeah, right. Of material things. And now it's just, I don't know. I used to be excited about a lot of things. I just don't have that anymore. There's just this neutrality, this contentment pretty much all the time, that there's less boredom, there's less loneliness, there's less, I mean, I never feel lonely, but I can feel sad,
Right.
like all these feelings can come up, but they just like arise and they fall. Nothing's like ever this constant longing or what, like the way that we were with like twin flames or spirituality.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was searching for God, searching for my twin, like constantly. When am I going to get it? When am I going to get it? When is it going to happen? When am I going to awaken? When is he going to come back? Like all the time. And now it's just like pause, like
I know it's
complete
like
stop.
there's no wanting really anymore. It's not like you may look at something while you're scrolling through Amazon and say, oh, that'd be cool. You know, you still, there's shopping still happens. It's just like you said, like loneliness. What, I don't even remember what it's like. What is lonely? I mean, I can think I would like to hang out with, but I don't feel lonely. It just feels like something I want. Oh, I want to go see the baby, or I want to, you know. But yeah, I don't miss
Yeah, it's coming from
people.
a positive place, right? You just miss your grandson, or you just miss your
Right,
friend. Before it was like, oh my God, you know, I would have a day that I was depressed and I would need to hang out with my friends, or I would
right, because
need to get away, or, you know, like,
right, I have to go on a cruise. I have to do. I mean, I took a vacation for my birthday because I just thought it would be fun, but I didn't have to. Like, and it was over. And when the character was here, when the vacation was over, there would have been a sadness over that. Like, I wish I was back in Mexico. There was nothing. I forgot about it the day after I came back. It was gone. It was like it was
so
almost like it never happened. Apparently, it was like, because it's so, everything is so dead on that the when I got back from the trip, it's, you know, I could look at pictures and remember it, but I don't think about it or think about the next thing, really.
so right now, you know, you're currently like this whole like month, you just bought a new place and you're fixing stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how does that feel? Do you have any excitement about that? Or look,
Yeah.
I bought a house, you know, like, do you
I,
have that? No.
no, I mean, not excitement. I mean, am I happy that we're wrapping up? Because it's been, you know, living in inches of dust and just feeling
Yeah.
like yucky, because it's so disorganized and chaotic. But it doesn't bug, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't really bug me. It's just to see the bathroom done or the kitchen done. There's a
Feels good.
happiness in it. I mean, it's not like a high though. It's like, wow, this really looks pretty. Like, this is nice. I'm really going to dig this place when this is all over, you know? But there's no attachment to it either. It's like, okay, if it burned down tomorrow, I'd still be okay. You know, I wouldn't like it. A preference would be that it didn't burn down. But yeah, sometimes I even get in my car and it doesn't look familiar to me. It's weird. I'm like, oh,
You have a
I
car.
never noticed that on my speedometer before. What's that? You know, like, it's like, so there's no attachment even to the car. That's my car. Whose car? It's like, it's just the car that happens to be whatever this is driving around in, and it's fine. I make payments, you know, life happens, you're in it. But
Yeah,
yeah.
it's crazy. You're still living life. You're buying cars, buying houses, selling things, and you know, it's just happening. It's no longer yours to claim. It's not your experience. It doesn't even feel like an experience. There's no more experiencer, you know?
Mm.
And it's like, yeah, nothing really belongs to you. And
And
it's go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and the car doesn't feel separate from me either. It doesn't feel like, it doesn't. It just, there's no feeling of this is a, I can't describe it, but you know what I'm talking about, where it's just like, even the dresser in here, the lamp, it doesn't, it all feels connected.
Oh,
Like, it's all,
Shannon.
What happened to your glasses? You changed them out.
I did, because the other one, I put on my
All of
Dollar
a sudden they
Tree.
became pink.
I put on my Dollar Trees because the other ones are heavy on my nose and they were hurting me. And
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
was
oh,
looking, I was like, did she just have some other ones on?
I was like, let me, no, that's the wine talking. No, I'm just kidding. No, I changed, I changed them out because they're hurt my nose.
I need to
So
get some glasses. I can't see anymore. I this is my first year where I can't read fine print. And what do? Just get reading glasses?
yeah, I started out with 150s. I'm at 250s now, but you
That's
can pick up
me.
there. If you go to an eye doctor, they'll even hand them to you, right? They'll go, oh, try these on. How old are you? Oh no, I shouldn't even ask you, but
It's okay. I'm 40.
that's when it
That's
kicked. I'm asking because I was 40 when it happened to me.
yeah.
Really?
What happens?
They're making
Mine
the
was
print
40.
power. I'm like, the
So
prints.
40 years old goes downhill. I'm just kidding. I'm
All of a
I
kidding.
sudden,
suck.
like things that you look at become blurry. Like when you're reading something, that's what happened with me. It was 40s, and now I'm at 252. I started at the one, like
Oh my
one
God.
or something like
And
that.
then-
I don't remember. But now
But
it's about two.
I have 40 pair of these Dollar Tree ones too. This was
I
just
have
they're
a
always
bunch laying around everywhere. I don't even know where half of them are. But you know, Amazon got some really nice glasses, like the ones you just
that's,
were wearing.
that's where I got them.
Yeah, they're nice. I'm about to buy me some more. The red ones I have, I bought those off of Amazon.
Oh, I saw those.
I like the different, you know, styles and shit.
You know,
But
pretty soon I'm gonna be matching you guys, you know, with my glasses too. It'll
I
be all
got
three of us.
don't wish
without
that upon yourself.
I know, but I really can't see it. It's like everything's blurry when it's small.
Oh, okay. I was like, because be happy you have that vision because I wish I had mine back.
I know, me
That's
too. I mean,
that's
it's going down.
that's 3D reality for you.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
else, Shannon? What's on your mind?
Oh gosh, I back at do well, kind of. I'm back to doing my events again, and I'm doing my tarot readings and shit. And it's pretty interesting because, you know, the people that I was reading, well, the guy, it was a girl and a guy, and some other, I don't remember. The ones I remember, you know, they were like telling me like this one of them was like, you know, I'm constantly helping my family out. I'm constantly doing this and that. And I feel so bad when I'm not helping them out. And I literally was talking to her in a way of like the non-dual way without even realizing I was doing it. I was like, well, that's okay for you to feel that way. I was like, I said, the thing is you are giving yourself a hard time for feeling that way. I was like, when it's just okay, it's normal for you to feel all of that. And she goes, yeah. She was like, you're right. She was like, I'm hard on myself when I don't do things for them. And I was like, but that's okay for you to be hard on yourself. I was like, all of that's natural. I said, this is just life things, you know, it's all that's going to happen. But, you know, and then I realized what I was doing and I was like, wow, because that's where I'm at. Like, everything is okay. There's nothing that's not okay anymore. You know what I mean? Like anything that's appearing to happen is like I'm okay with it happening. You know what I mean? Like my daughter, I've been on the go all week helping her out. And I haven't had no downtime for myself to the point where I have no energy whatsoever. And yesterday I told her, because I had to take her to my mom's house, I said, listen here. I said, this is it. I said, don't fucking ask me for another thing. I said, I feel my body giving out on me. I was like, Johnny, I'm gonna be 50 years old this year coming up. I was like, you know, I'm not no young kitten anymore. I said, this is it. Don't ask me for a fucking thing. And she goes, yeah, well, you know, if I need you for something, I said, I just said, this is it. I was like, I don't want to hear anything else. This is it. Don't ask me for nothing. I said, I need time for me. You know, I even told her, I was like, you're very selfish at times because you don't think of me at all. It's all about what you want. But I finally put my foot down, you know, and it actually felt good to do it. And I didn't give a fuck when I did it.
Froze.
Huh? And she what?
Oh, you froze. You turned into Elsa.
Did I freeze
froze.
Did I?
You were frozen for a minute.
Yeah, since the internet connection
But
is
I was
unstable.
saying, you got to make time. You know, you have to. You know that, and you will because the boundaries are different now. It just changes. You do. You will do it, and you will mean it because you will like you will make time for you.
You know, it's funny, Shannon, you keep on bringing stuff up that I've been going through this week. So I just came back from like helping my family out for like a week. And I was driving around helping them. And I was like, I'm in the same position as I used to be. And in spirituality, I used to beg God to take me out of this scenario because I'm the codependent, always helping the family. And I'm still helping them. And I'm like, oh my God, the only thing that I lost was the person resisting this help.
Right.
Even though what you said, Monique, is right. You have different boundaries now. Like you'll help, but oh damn, are you gonna step on me? Are you gonna, you know, cross my line? Or, you know, like right now, Shannon is saying enough is enough. Like we're more aware of our boundaries than we were before, but we still do some of the shit that we used to do. It just, there's no one resisting that shit, or like that girl Shannon was saying was upset at herself. We don't go through that, but we do have strong boundaries. So life is kind of the same, but it's not. It's like, I
It's
don't know.
uncompromising in a way. It's uncompromising because you're kind of like, you don't, at least I think here, it's like your boundaries are your boundaries. And there's not really, and there's no guilt around having boundaries anymore. There's no, I remember
Yeah.
having guilt when I wouldn't help my daughter and the kids. And I was doing that constantly, not my daughter, I'm my here, but my middle daughter with my two grands. And it was constant taking advantage of resistance and anger and self-pity and all this stuff. It doesn't happen anymore. I just say no. And I
Yeah.
feel no guilt. It's like, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, you're gonna have to figure it out. And she can get mad or she can, and I don't care. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I'm taking care of me. Sorry. Call me
Yeah.
next week. I'll help you. Right now I need to, and I don't, I say I have plans that day or I have this going on. No, I'm not gonna change it. I'm sorry. Figure it
Yeah.
out.
Like
Unless I
before
want
I
to.
would change
Unless
it.
I want to.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
before I would change the plans and feel resentment towards them and do all this crap. Now I'm like, hey, sorry, I'm busy, but I'll help you Thursday. Like it's actually such an easier way to live this way, because you're really not taking it away from yourself, but you're also helping. But yeah, I don't know. Shannon, you keep on talking about stuff that are happening to me at the same
With
time.
me, fear does come up for me with my daughter, but for some reason, something's just switched, and I don't know. Like, and now because I was telling my friend, I was like, my fear is like, if I don't help her watch the kids, then she's gonna say, well, I'm just gonna let him watch them. Then I'm just gonna give them to him, her baby's dad, and that's my fear. So immediately I give in. I'm like, no, I'll have her. You know what I mean? But now I'm at a place where I'm just like, fuck. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. There's nothing I can do about it, because I can't live like this. Because I'm telling you, I didn't get a chance to sit down or catch my breath. Well, I think since, what was it, Thursday or Wednesday? I was on the go all day, and I'm not young like I was, so it took everything out of me. And then I have my niece. That's another responsibility. My brother's ex-wife, she's always, I don't want to talk too bad. And I love Sarah, but I'm having to watch her too, my niece, and then my grandbabies, and it was just so much, to the point where I was just like, man, I cannot. My body is literally like shutting down, and I finally just said enough, and I didn't feel bad. It just came out. It's like, I'm not
Yeah.
doing this. You know what I mean? And yes, did the fear come up before? Yes, I feared, you know, her giving the babies to him and stuff, but I can't live my life like that. I can't do it.
Well,
No.
yeah, the fear is going to come up. These emotions are going to come up. But whatever comes, like I always say to myself, like whatever's coming out of my mouth is coming out of my mouth. It's not me, right? Because there's nobody
Yeah.
here. So it's natural for us to fear something, for us to speak something. It just, all those emotions still come up. It fears for me too. I like blew up on my family this week saying I can't do this, and I had some fear too. And then it just falls off, and whatever was said, and then you kind of forget about it or something.
Yeah. You do, don't you? Though I will say, when I say the little mantra thingies, that's always been my go-to. And I don't think a mantra is a belief. A mantra is a chant, you say. It's a chant, and you say it over and over and over again. And for some reason, whatever like energy is arising, it kind of, I don't know, it takes the focus off of whatever you're focusing on. Just like meditation. But instead
Yeah.
of meditating, you're just saying that mantra over and over again. And then all of a sudden, now it took the fear isn't there anymore. It is completely gone. Like, I don't even care now. Like, I'm just like, you're gonna do it, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. So I thought in my
Yeah.
mind, like, you're gonna do it, you're just gonna do it. And I feel, and I'm not saying that this is why, but I was saying those mantras like a motherfucker. I was saying them over and over again. And I did, and then I said the affirmations. And I'm gonna tell you, since I said the affirmation, so much has happened for my daughter too, and the kids. Like my daughter ended up getting 3 months of her rent paid out of
That's
nowhere.
awesome.
Yeah, and then like there was this furniture place that was offering to, they were giving out their furniture. She was like,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
and the mantra that I was saying and the affirmations had everything to do with that. And then all of a sudden that all happened for her. She was like, Mom, you'll never believe this. She goes, we gotta hurry up. She goes, we gotta hurry up. I'm about to get some free furniture. She got a couch, a coffee table, some plates and cups and coffee mugs and stool,
That's
bar stool.
awesome.
I mean, it was
That's
unreal. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it was from the affirmations I was saying, but I don't know. That was kind of weird. You
I'm
know,
all about trust and believe, because don't doubt. It's just,
right?
I mean, I'm not to, but doubt will happen. But it does feel like the more you let go and just trust the process
Yeah.
of trust happening, then things just fall into place without even really much effort. It's pretty amazing.
And I feel like because we're already neutral, we're already at a neutral place. So saying those things, it kind of, I don't know, it's like that cherry on top. It kind of just
Oh,
magnet, you know what I mean? It just kind of, I don't know, because we're already neutral. We're already we're okay with everything. So because we're okay with whatever's happening, and saying a mantra or an affirmation, it just kind of intensifies it even more. Or prayer, like you said that prayer, and Yasmin, and it kind of just shifted for you somehow. There's no explanation why those things are even happening or what you call it, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
yeah. I think, every whatever, works or happens, whatever's appearing is meant to happen just that way. So mantras
Yeah.
are something that work for you, and it's, something that you're just doing it, and that's great. Meditation here, I don't really meditate anymore because it always feels like I can drop into that meditative feeling. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's no one doing that either, but that seems to be the calming factor here. So just to get present or whatever that is, and that works. I don't try, I just freeze what I'm doing for a moment and feel the peace. That's always, like I said, always like a river.
You
Feels
set
like
the tone. That's what you do, Monique. It's like you're setting the tone. Like what I call it setting the tone. It's like you just want to set the tone.
yeah,
You know that
yep,
it can appear to happen again. You know it can. It's going to
of
always
course.
But to set the tone, there's nothing wrong with this. Like taking a pill for a headache. You wanted that headache to go away, but is it going to stop the headaches from coming back? No.
I'm just cracking up over here because if like regular people heard us, we're like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. Or like, it just sounds so funny, because we're just talking. I know we understand each other. Other people would be like, what the fuck are they talking about?
I know my daughter gets mad at me. She goes, "Are we doing this again, Mom? Are we going there?" She was like, like she gets really frustrated with me. But because she'll ask me something, she'll go, because she'll see like a heart in the cloud. She'll go, "Mom, what does that mean? What does that mean?" I said, "I really don't know."
Yes.
She's like, "But you see it." She's like, "You see?" I said, "I see it." I said, "But I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know what it's doing." She was like, "You don't think that's Martise saying hello?" Her ex-boyfriend that died. I was like, "I don't know, baby. I feel it. Did you feel it?"
Shannon, this is the same thing I go through with my middle child. She's spiritual, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
And she does yoga, and bless her heart, that's all great. That's great. And she has her body's tone, and that's amazing. But she'll do the same thing. Look at that, or this happened, or what was she telling me the other day? That she believed in demons, or and I'm like, well,
that was us. Like,
I
like
said,
a year.
well, if you believe in it, then it'll appear. I said, so like whatever wherever you put your thoughts, you're gonna get more of that. So if I wouldn't be surprised if Beelzebub comes over at 2 a.m. Hey, how you doing? Smoking a cigarette with horns. I mean, if that's what I'm not trying to judge her. I said, then she's like, I said, I don't believe in any of that shit. So I don't know what to say to you. I'm like, I can't have this conversation because it's honestly annoying to me because I don't see any of that shit. Like,
because on the spiritual path, like everything meant something. Like the cloud was like, oh my God, the cloud, I'm going to be awakened today because I saw 11:11 and a bird was chirping at my door and then blah, blah, blah. And then we were always going to get something out of these things, or we were going to transcend, or we were going to get our twin flame.
Transcend, reach other levels and shit, shifting, higher frequencies.
And it's like you're always on the search for more and never just being content and being okay with what's happening. And I have to take this energy off, and I have to, it was such hard work to the spirit.
Exhausting.
I was working hard, man. Like on the spiritual life, I was reading and meditating and walking and doing all this shit, and now it's just like, all right, it is what it is. Everything.
Me too. I read every single book that was out. I'd put this would be the teacher that I would feel enlightened by. Oh, this one. Oh, and then he talked about Muji was the one. I was moving to Portugal.
If I looked at his eyes, if I looked in his eyes long enough, I'd awaken, and all this shit, man.
Wow. Yeah. It was fun though. That was fun.
Yeah, it was
good
fun.
Times.
See, I did other things. I would go to like shamans and shit like that, and Reiki healers to get shit taken out of me and shit. One shaman, I don't know if you ever had seen a shaman, but they say that light language, and he was like, and it was like really like getting into it. He was really getting into it, and I was feeling it too, because I felt my hands raise off the table when he was trying to clear my chakras. Something was happening. I don't know what it was. At the time, he was clearing my chakras, what I thought. I started crying. I was like, oh.
Listen, it can feel pretty damn real for the person, man.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking, oh, I just got something. Oh, I got a lollipop. I got it.
Yeah. And then when I was done, I was like, wow, I feel all that. I feel what you did. And he was like, thank you. The next day, I was feeling like shit.
Yeah.
I was back to feeling like shit. So it did, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't work, really. It worked.
You know what I noticed? Go ahead.
Huh?
Oh, go ahead. I was just going to say something.
No, go ahead.
I was just noticing the other day, it was funny because just, thoughts keep coming. It's not like, even though you're not your mind or your ego, thoughts just keep coming. I don't believe them anymore, but I'll catch myself just talking to myself like oh yeah, well that's and then I'm like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? I'll stop in the middle of it and go, what the fuck are you doing? Like even thinking about this, it's just the thoughts are there that I find sometimes, like it's normal, it's whatever, you get caught up in them. We just looking at your boobs now. You need to move up there a little bit. There we go. Nice.
Look, the wine got you freaky already, Shannon.
No, I was my bird's trying to fly out the cage, and I was trying to let him come out, but he ain't trying to.
Build a nest in there.
Right?
No, but the stories keep coming. They come in my head. Last night I was thinking about someone robbing me and shit. I don't know what the hell I was thinking about, but now it's kind of like, wow, there's a story in my head, before it was all believable, you were in it, you were constantly in that, but now it's like, oh, look at this story. This is interesting.
Right?
Yeah, I stopped by my daughter's yesterday and she wasn't home, and I made up this big story, and her husband wasn't home, the baby was gone. I made up this big story. Oh, Lord, the baby fell in the pool. They're at the hospital. Something probably happened. And as I was going down that trail, I stopped and went, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, now you've got this whole story. The baby's in the hospital on a ventilator. And just because they weren't home. I'm just like, it's so stupid.
Like, wow, yeah. The way the mind just goes. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think Shannon does that too because it's a grandbaby thing. Like,
oh my
we
God,
love them so much.
So
we worry.
bad. Like my daughter, every time she's gonna take. When she tells me she's gonna take the baby like to where it's a crowded area, like to the jumping things and skating and stuff. Did I freeze? Am I there?
Again.
She'll be back. There she is.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you guys froze too.
You froze.
You're back. You're back now. You were frozen.
Well, sorry about that, guys. When my daughter
I'm trying to see those boobies. I'm sorry.
Is that a green bra you got on over there?
Looking good over
is.
there, Shannon.
It
I
is.
got cleavage envy over here.
Let's
I'm
take
sure
a
you
look.
guys got some pretty big ones yourselves.
I'm okay. I'm good. But anyway, sorry, we got a squirrel. Go tell us
Yeah,
about
cat,
what you get
squirrel.
worried about with kids.
Yeah, no, I'm just like when she goes to take the baby to like large places like skating rinks and stuff like that. I'm like, Johnny, make sure you wash her and you get. She's like, Mom, God. She's like, you got to stop this. Yeah. So
I
yeah,
get it.
that happens over here, but not lately. These couple of days, I've actually just tried to. I don't know. I've just been more relaxed.
Yeah, it comes and goes. It can come hard. You cannot think of it at all, and that goes for everything. Like whatever's happening is happening. You can be psycho one day. You can be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, what
Yeah.
my grandkids, and then next day you could be like, oh, I didn't even think of them. But that's not even us doing it. There's nobody here doing. Life is just.
It's just happening.
It's just happening.
Yeah.
There's so much. You live life so much like less guilty, or like there's no shame here because we didn't do anything. Nothing really ever, and nobody really ever did it either. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I have more sympathy now. I'm like, are they even doing it? Like this is just life doing what it has to do through that person. Even though I still get mad if something is bad, but it's still kind of like less personal because there's nobody here. So I don't know.
I got into it with one of my friends because they had gotten pretty nasty with me. I had asked a question and they kind of snapped back at me. And I snapped back and I was like, don't come at me like that. I said, that was rude. That was really rude. And they were like, oh, well, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I didn't come at you like that. And I'm thinking, yes, you did. And they were like, yeah, okay, well, I'm sorry. I said, see, you're putting it on me. So you're telling me you're sorry that I'm feeling like that. I was like, just take accountability, motherfucker.
Yes. There's no more bullshit like that anymore. I'll call someone out real fast. I'll be like, you're not taking accountability. I don't give a shit. Like, we'll straight out tell people now. Like, maybe before I would shut up or be like, oh, maybe I'm wrong. No.
No.
We speak up now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that's how I feel.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
Yeah, things are like you're more on it.
My daughter will say something snippy to me, and I'll tell her, "But hey, don't talk to me that way. I don't talk to you that way. Please don't." I don't appreciate that. But the thing is, the old me would have gone on and on. Now I say it. I'm done. I don't say, you've been doing that for a long time. I really don't need to take that shit from you. I've been taking that shit for 18 years. I'm not, that's gone.
We're about to. Where it's a minute. We're a minute in. It's about to shut off.
Oh,
all
man.
right.
Next time, shoot, I don't want to be the only one drinking here.
Oh, you won't be, because I'll be in this house and I will be stocked up.
Okay. We'll do it again here soon.
Okay.
I have
Love you guys.
All right.
Have a good night.
Bye.
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 It lets me end it.